Okay. So, Harry, thank you so much for coming out to tour my home. I'm glad that you took some time out. At this point, though, um, I'm kind of ready, but not so ready. So, my biggest question for you was, I'm not really in a hurry, but I would like your advice on when you would think the ideal time to sell is.
It's a good question, and a lot of people have the same question that you do. So don't feel like you're alone in the boat. I think a lot of the situation depends on what your needs are. If your needs are you need to sell right now because you are in a hurry, then the best time is now. If you have time
Okay.
to wait, I can actually show you a chart that tells you kind of exactly when the best time is to sell. I don't know if you can see my
Okay.
screen. I can certainly share it with you if you'd like.
Sure.
I will share the screen. Let's see. It's making me upload it. Maybe I'll just drag it over here. Can you see that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Start sharing. There we go. I'm trying to share it with you. Oh, it's just just make sure send a copy. Let me see if it's well, I'm sorry you can't see the chart that I got here because I've got a chart, but basically what it says tells you is that the peak sales are in the spring. That's like the best time to if you list your market. If you have plenty of time, if you list in February, that's when the market really starts to trend upwards. It actually starts slowing down in the fall, and that's historic. That actually goes back all the way to the last 10 years. You'll show a trend that the homes really tick up in the spring. They peak right around May, June, and then they actually start slowing down as the fall. You can kind of imagine when a lot of families are getting ready for the spring and their kids getting ready to go out of school, that's a great time for people to start looking and you're gonna have more volume. Now, that's the good news. The good news for listing in the fall is there's fewer listings. That's the truth. You have a lot less competition for your home that's going to be listed. So if I were to tell you that the best time to get the most eyes on your home is probably in the early spring. February is a great time to list, and then March and April people are really starting to come out. You are going to have a lot more competition, so we have to keep that in mind for our pricing structure. But that would be my advice to you: is early spring. If you have time to wait, it also gives us a lot of time to actually I've seen your home. I made you a list. I went through the entire house and the property of all the things we can do to improve your marketability of your home. It's a beautiful home, but always, a second set of eyes on the home and someone with experience in building and construction can help you understand what the low cost things you can do to get that home in the best position so your home really stands out. And it gives us time to do that. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Yes, that's definitely important to me. I mean, I don't know that I want to wait till late spring, but if you're saying, just after the holidays, early February would is also not a bad time.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
like
we could shoot
ideal.
for that. Well, and that leads me to my other question. I was kind of nervous, but being that you did walk through my house, it sounds like I do have some fixing to do. What are the repairs that I should do? And kind of how should I prioritize them? I know you have a list for me, and I don't know if I've got the capacity to do all of them, but I'd love to hear from you what items I should prioritize on fixing.
So here's the cool thing about when you hire myself and my team. So the nice thing is you're not just hiring me. I do have a lot of experience in building. I've built 6 homes myself. I've done rehab homes myself, and I have a large network of
Wow.
people. You don't have to do it alone. I have an entire team behind me, not only my agent team, but I also have my entire network of contracting team. And so I'll give an example for your house. After doing the walkthrough, I noticed that the sliding glass door, one layer was broken. That's really important to have that repaired. I actually have a guy that specializes in sliding glass doors. I can have him do that for you. And it's actually at a better price than you get on your own. The other nice thing about it,
Yay.
vetted. I've already vetted them. So I know they're going to be a good, solid person, trusting that come in your house and giving you a great price for it. The other thing is that is first
Okay.
impressions coming up to the house. You know, we can spruce up the landscaping. Again, I have 3 different landscape contractors that come in, give us a great quote on that. Just freshen up the bark, maybe put some flowers out, especially if we're going to do it right after the holidays and people are looking at the market.
Right.
Plants that are appropriate for that season. Getting the house cleaned. I have a house cleaner that can come in and get the house spick and span, you know, so it saves you the time and energy. And it's a very low cost thing. So what I like to do is tell people, let's do the low cost, the low hanging fruit, if you will, to get your home looking at the best it possibly can be. So it really attracts people when they first drive up to the home. And then you don't have like light bulbs that are out, you know, kitchen counters with, you know, a whole bunch of stuff on them. Let's get those cleaned off. And so it looks really clean. Those are some really basic things, but like I told you, I gave you the whole list. And the other thing is, obviously I know your financial position. I'm in a unique position that, and I know you have a ton of equity in your home, which is congratulations on that. I'm super excited that you have that. But it also affords you the ability to actually hire me to get this done for you. I'm your champion,
Um,
so I actually can pay for it. We just write an addendum that I'll get paid back from escrow because I have confidence that your home will sell. That's how confident I am that your home will sell,
wow.
price with the right price. It's something I don't do for everybody, but in your particular situation, because you're in such a good position and your property is in such a high desired market, I think we're going to have a really easy time selling your home. And I think we put our best foot forward. We can get all this stuff done and get a maximum price for your home.
I'm so excited to hear that. And you can get paid back at closing. So that kind of leads me to the other question. So what are the service charges and fees that I have to pay?
You know, it's your choice, and that's kind of cool thing about it. It always has been your choice, but a lot of people get a little confused about it because there's been a lot of news, you know, about, hey, I don't have to pay this person, no, I don't have to pay this person, and you can go to a discount brokerage. I am not a discount broker, I'm really not, but you have a choice. I like to call it my silver, gold, and platinum level compensation package, right? And so
Okay.
you're going to get full service for everything we do. I promise you that. You'll always get high integrity. You're always going to get full communication. You're going to get complete transparency on everything we do in this transaction. However, if cost is one of your driving factors, then go with the silver compensation package. The silver compensation package is 2.5% for the listing side. What that includes is still includes a full home assessment. It's still going to include professional photography that I pay for. It's still going to include marketing campaign, which I can go over that in a whole different section because it's quite broad. It also completes open houses, so you still get the basics of everything you possibly need. But if you want a little bit more, go up to the gold compensation plan. That's 3%. That's 3% compensation for the listing side, and that includes everything that silver does, but also includes um, uh, professional videography, drone footage, and also video photography on your marketing campaign. So it's an enhanced marketing campaign, gets out to publications and such. And then if you want the platinum level, well, that's 3.5%. But for that extra 0.5%, here's what you get. You get me paying for the professional home cleaning. You get me paying for the professional photography, the drone footage, the marketing campaign. You also get light landscaping that I also pay for. And then you get me to be your contractor for the entire project. You don't have to do anything. You just point and I take care of it. So it is a full service.
Be ready to sell the
You
house.
get ready. All you
That
do is sit
sounds so
back,
good.
sign the documents when you know they're ready to sign. And so it really is everything that you could possibly want to, but it does cost because it's my time, you know, so it's compensation. Now, as
Right.
far as the buyer broker, a lot of my clients have said, hey, I heard I don't have to pay for those guys. And here's what I can tell you. And again,
Mhm.
I, I will never tell you anything but the truth. So you can vet it, you can Google it later, but here's what data shows us. When you do not offer
Okay.
compensation for the buyer side, typically they're less likely to want to show your home. And we want to get a lot of people to see your house. So I would strongly suggest, and every client I had has taken my advice because it works. I have a proven track
Mhm.
record. I have a 100% success rate with selling homes. I'm really proud of that. And I've sold dozens of homes over the last 4 years, both on the buying side and the selling side. But I think you should at least at 2.5%. I mean, because that's going to get people excited to show your home. And then I will actually show
Okay.
you on the net proceeds sheets how that affects your bottom line. But I can tell you this,
Okay.
if we limit who gets to see your home, that's going to limit our ability to give the best price we can for the house. Does that make sense?
It really does. No, it does. Yeah, no, it does. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So if I got this correct, it's 3.5% and at least 2.5%.
Yes.
Um, for the buying side. But again, like you said, that's open. And I like the platinum package. I don't want to have to, well, like I said, I've got capacity for some things, but with moving, you know how that can be. It's already going to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
So another question I was
Yeah.
curious about, because you said this includes it includes social media as well. But I noticed there is actually a home nearby that is on the market. How does that compare to my property? And will it affect how we sell if we're going to be selling in the, I guess, around February?
So actually, the homes around you that have sold, I've already, it's called a CMA. That's the acronym for a competitive market analysis. So I've actually already done one of those.
Okay.
It should be in your inbox. As
Okay.
a matter of fact, if you want to take a look at it, and it will show you exactly what those homes sold for, how long they're in the market, and it absolutely affects the value of your home because that's what the appraiser uses to get the value of your home. Now, just like me, I look at differences. Right, your home is beautiful. It's got a great dead end cul-de-sac. You were right next to a pasture, which is actually a good thing. You're close to schools. The homes that are around you weren't quite as nice as yours, so we're going to be able to increase your price a little bit, but it does have an impact. The other thing is our marketing
Okay.
strategy is going to be a little bit better than theirs, in my opinion, because I actually watched how they marketed their homes. They were on the MLS, which everybody's on the MLS, and I think they're on the
Right.
Zillow, which everybody gets on there. They had no other social media. They weren't on LinkedIn. They weren't on Instagram. They weren't on TikTok. They didn't do any videos. On your home, you pick the platinum package. You're going to have videos everywhere, and our data shows us recently over the last 5 years, especially, is video is the number one driving thing on market now. It's over everything else because people love watching videos of homes. They do. So we're and when you pick the platinum package, we're gonna have professional videography come out there and make videos of your home. You're gonna have not just me, because I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I have some of my really nice looking agents that are my team also conduct videos, and they're gonna spread it to their network. Because it's kind of like when you have a friend and you share one video and then they share that video and then they share that video and they share that video.
And then it just goes on and on.
Absolutely. All the different platforms. Because TikTok, I don't know if you know TikTok, but TikTok is
Yeah.
actually the fastest growing social media platform in America. It is amazing because people
Wow.
actually generate revenue from that platform. So um, Facebook and the others are YouTube are starting to take attention. They're like, wait a minute, we need to monetize our platform. So we'll be utilizing that as well for your home. So does it affect your house? Of course,
Wonder.
because they're called comps.
Okay.
The comparable home
Okay.
values based kind of similar to yours within a certain square footage, certain age, certain condition. They absolutely affect the value of your home. But those homes sold very quickly. I don't know if you noticed, but you will when you read your competitive market analysis. I'll show you the days on market for those homes, so you can get a really good idea of what they're selling for next to you. And we're going to price yours competitively. I know we talked about it, and I know you're hoping around
Mhm.
the 100,000. It's great because I think the listing price should be 799, 950, just under the 800 mark. And I think that'll be perfect for you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm so excited. So from here, what will be the next steps if I decide to work with you?
So the next steps, again, the communication transparency is really important to me. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to send you some documentation. It's a contract. With your permission, I already have your email. I'd like to send you the broker agreement. It's really important that we sign that because I can't work with you without it. It's actually illegal. So I need to get you that broker
Okay.
agreement. And with that, you're also going to get a bunch of disclosures, and they're really important. You actually take the time to read them, and just let you know this: there is never a stupid question. You are never going to be a bother to me. So when you get those documents, I want you to review them. And if you have any questions, call me. And if you want, I can just have you
Okay.
in and I'll bring them with me and we can just go over each one. You're going to get a real estate broker's agreement. You're going to get a lead disclosure agreement. You're going to get mold and mildew in your house. You're going to get a wired fraud pamphlet, which by the way is really serious. I don't want you to take that lightly. A lot of people just like to skim over it, but that's actually really important because there is wire fraud. And moving forward, once we get under contract, just know this: if you have a question that somebody's trying to ask you for money to wire them anything, don't do it until you talk to me. Make sure you talk to me.
Okay. That's easy enough.
Absolutely. I don't want you to have any fear of that. So there are some disclosures you're going to sign. And we just want to make sure that you understand the process going forward. So once we get an agreement, then I'm going to come back out. We're going to go over the house one more time and we're going to create a schedule, or I'll create a schedule with your permission, and then I'll come over and meet the contractors and get this stuff started. But the things that you want to do, it's completely up to you. Remember this:
Okay.
once you hire me, I work for you, right? So
Okay.
so I work for you.
I
I'm a
like that.
fiduciary. Absolutely. I'm fiduciary. I taught ethics for over 20 years at the sheriff's office. I take it really serious. You can't buy my integrity. It's not for sale. And so every time you call me, know that I will always have your six. It's just a law enforcement term for that. I'm always going to have your back. I'm not going to let you do something that's against your best interest, period, ever. So
Okay.
I may be blunt, and I am. I'm a very blunt person, but it's always for you, and it's always to get you the best deal I possibly can. Does that make sense? Does that sound good to you?
It does, and I'm really excited. So, okay, well, I'll wait on that information that you're going to send over. And like I said, again, I'm excited. I feel like I know that we're probably going with the platinum package. And yes, as soon as you get everything over to me, I will make sure that if I have any questions that I reach out. Thank you
No, do
so
something.
much, Harry. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Candace. I look forward to working with you.
All right.
Take care.
You too.